What chains? God never gave them permission, chains? What chains? Because last time I checked, God never gave them permission. Not to stay, not to strangle, not to speak louder than his word. So tell me, who authorized your bondage? Who declared your addiction final? Who crowned your depression as king? It wasn't God. God never said you were supposed to live broken. He never said your trauma had the last word. He never said your sin was your identity. In fact, the only one who can speak with finality already said, you are free. So if you're still bound, it's not because the chains are strong. It's because you're listening to voices God never sent. Let's talk about Pharaoh. He thought he had divine authority to keep Israel bound. He chained God's people under whips, bricks, and false gods. But God didn't negotiate with Egypt. He shattered Egypt. God didn't send a suggestion, he sent plagues. And when he said, let my people go, there was no vote, no committee, no delay. Because when God speaks freedom, heaven and hell stand at attention. You say you believe in God? Then why do you walk like you're owned by fear? Why do you bow to addiction? Why do you live as if trauma has a throne? God never gave those chains permission to stay. You did. And let me confront every pulpit that keeps people bound, pastors, priests, imams. If your message doesn't break chains, then you're not preaching the gospel. You're running a prison, not a sanctuary. Jesus came to set captives free, not to decorate their cells. Some of you teach tradition, not transformation. You recite ancient creeds but never release anyone. You speak of submission, not salvation. You quote laws but never introduce the liberator. If your God needs rituals to move, he's not the God of Scripture. If your God is silent while his people suffer, he's not the God who thundered from Sinai and bled on Calvary. Because the real God never gave chains permission. He gave his Son. And when Jesus stepped onto the scene, chains started breaking themselves. Demons cried out before he even spoke. Sickness fled without a touch. Graves opened just because he showed up. So tell me again, what chains? The man in the tombs, naked and screaming, possessed by a legion of demons, was he too far gone? No, because Jesus never needed chains to get permission. He is the permission. And when he said go, they went. The woman caught in adultery. Was she condemned by the law? Yes, but even the law bowed to the mercy of the lawgiver. Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. Do you see it? The law bound her, but Jesus didn't give it permission to destroy her. So why are you giving chains permission? Because culture says you're broken forever? Because religion says your past disqualifies you? Because Satan whispers lies in your mind? Let me tell you what God says. Whom the Son sets free is free indeed. That's not up for debate. That's a verdict written in blood. You weren't born for bondage. You were created for dominion. You weren't destined to crawl. You were called to conquer. And no chain, no sin, no past, no priest, no preacher, no demon has the authority to stop what God has commanded. So take one last look at your chains. Because they're illegal. They've been trespassing on holy ground. They don't belong on someone whom Christ has called, cleansed, and commissioned. What chains? God never gave them permission. Prove me wrong.